Sid Caesar was playing in the mountains, and I was a drummer. And Sid Caesar was actually started as a tenor sax player, and so we jammed together, doing music. But I could see that this guy was naturally gifted, very funny, and he could do great impressions of people. He could do an impression. He did an impression of a gumball machine. I said, let's do a review. So we were thinking about a review. I'd write material. And Sid said, okay. So Sid gave me $40 or $50 a week, and I was his writer. And then the great, brilliant Sylvester Pat Weaver came up with an idea of a 2.5-hour comedy spectacular show to be done every Saturday night. An hour from Chicago, an hour and a half from New York. New York would be Sid Caesar, Imogene Coca, and Jack Carter would cover and run a show from Chicago for an hour. And it worked for a while, and then the Chicago thing didn't work out so well for NBC, so they dropped it. But we stayed on. It was called The Show of Shows, and it was really live. If Sid's Fly was open, that was it. Sid Caesar was once dressed as a Roman gladiator. Incorrectly, it was the sketch to follow, but the dresser got the wrong running order, and he was shoved into the set. And what was it? It was a board meeting, a corporate board meeting. And they were all sitting there with striped suits and pencils and whatever, and a secretary and a desk and whatever, a board meeting. There he is. He's a Roman gladiator with a sword and a helmet, all in gold with sandals and everything. And he saved the day. He said, I didn't want to be late. Those damn costume parties, they keep you up all night. I didn't want to. This is a very important meeting. Let's get down to business. Now, what do we do? What do we do about the so-and-so project? I mean, he was amazing. Like, you hope they'll meet the material when you're a writer, when you're a comedy writer. Mm-hmm. With Sid, he always lifted the material. And we thought we were talking about Neil Simon, Larry Gelbart, Woody Allen, Mel Brooks. I mean, there's no better writers, right. No better comedy writers ever lived. And yet Sid could just up it a notch with his performance.
While they all seem very fond of you at that point, it also seems you might have taken some time to warm up to you.
Oh, yeah. No, it ended up in love, but there was a lot of hatred for me at the beginning because I was always selfish. I was always late. I was always arrogant. There was a lot of hubris. You know, people would say, well, who do you think the best writer is? You know, in an interview and something, and it'd be all around, you know, and I'd say it's obviously me. You know.